An international matchup as we edge closer to main event time on Capital Punishment 5 from the Canberra Convention Centre. From Team Alpha in New Zealand, Nato, Laauli. And what a big task he has in front of him in the form of Aussie superstar Steve McKinnon. Laauli, trained by Mark Spencer and Rexy Redden, doing it for the 24th time as a pro.
And how do you deal with fighting aggressive walk-up fighters? Are you an angle fighter, or do you like to trade and bang with them?
Well, I guess I'm more so I adapt my fighting style to the situation at hand. So, I mean, with Steve, he comes forward, you know, and I'll only know until I'm in there and in his face or, you know, or moving around. You know, it's a big task, but, you know, I'm up to it.
A big task it certainly is, because standing across the ring, one of the genuine superstars of Australian Muay Thai, and it is a big welcome back to the Bulldog himself, Steve McKinnon. Brother Stewie and crew Nick Stone in his corner, and it is great to see him back as he nears fight 50 in his pro career.
Well, kicking's always been my strength. So last year I did a lot of handwork with Dave Millwood. He's been helping me out a lot, and I had troubles getting kickboxing fights, so I trained up for a boxing fight, and it's just changed my whole style completely. So we'll see how it pans out tonight. I'm sure we'll still be seeing the big kicks though, but
I'm sure we'll still be seeing the big kicks as well from Steve McKinnon, but adding some heavy hands, some educated hands to his arsenal. And it has started exactly as predicted, Hammer. Both guys head hunting and both guys heavy.
Well, one thing you know with Steve McKinnon is he always brings aggression to the fight. Just bites down on the mouth guard, throws caution to the wind and delivers action. And he's a real crowd favourite. Of course, the much anticipated fight that the whole kickboxing fight community is talking about is the Carnage and McKinnon. And the big question is, will that one eventuate? Nathan Carnage fighting in Total Carnage event up on the Gold Coast soon. But it's McKinnon's return to the ring after 18 months out of the ring. He's back after a few opponents not coming to the fore and doing what this man, this tough Kiwi, is doing at the moment, squaring up and throwing down against the Big Mac.
McKinnon caught with a short elbow or short forearm on his right-hand side. It was the left shot from Laauli, who is very cautious, very calculated with what he's trying to do now.
Nato Laauli is really, obviously talking to him earlier, he's here to fight. You know, there's many men that have fronted up against McKinnon and indeed the Carnage, and they're totally overawed by their power and the occasion. But I get the feeling that Nato Laauli is going to be here to fight. Certainly from the Team Alpha, Jim New Zealand, Mark Spencer, and as you said earlier, Andy, Rex Rumble Redden prepping him. They'll know exactly what he needs to do. Look at that beautiful timed uppercut.
He has been tagged a couple of times here, big Stevie McKinnon. Back against the ropes, lunges forward with a strong straight right hand.
And of course, Laauli, the southpaw, it's always hard to fight a southpaw if you're not got regular sparring against a left-handed fighter, so your game plan changes totally. McKinnon now squaring up against Laauli. He needs to step outside. He needs to get his lead leg to the outside of the Kiwi's lead leg and throw that right hand, right hook combo. Use that right leg. Predominantly he wants to be throwing at least 80% of his strikes from his right side, the Big Mac. There goes the right elbow, chopping down.
Throws it at such a short angle.
McKinnon looking to scalp Laauli.
Yeah. Right in the middle of the forehead. Bell sounds, they tap him up, and two big and exhausted warriors head back to their corners.
There's the balk right hand to open around from Mac. Chops at the thigh. Again, lets the big right hand go.
One of three genuine main events on this card. Of course, up next, the most requested fight over the last couple of years. Steve Moxon, Wes Kappa, the K1 Rules, and Benny Edwards, Rico Verhoeven, our heavyweight main event.
And they're back. Have a look at the flurry. Have a look at the flow. Have a look at the power being exhibited by these two men. Laauli not taking a backward step. McKinnon opening up.
Short punches, shorter elbows. It's the design of both.
Big men with a lot of power. One of those shots is capable of ending this fight prematurely if landed cleanly.
One of those shots is capable of stopping a small minibus if landed correctly. Good separation from the referee, who's, and wisely, sitting on the outside. Almost an identical timeline to round number one. They started a million miles an hour, and as fatigue sets in, you take a breath, you reset, and you have a good look at your opponent.
I'm really impressed with Nato Laauli, the Kiwi. It's good to see a fighter step up against a world-class athlete like McKinnon. Of course, McKinnon, a WBC heavyweight champion of the world, and Nato, relatively less experienced, but certainly here to fight.
Those explosive high round kicks from McKinnon. There's one ripping in underneath the left elbow of Laauli, who walked into a straight right hand there. Look at this from Steve McKinnon. It's as if he's never left. McKinnon has finished victorious on 42 occasions in his decorated career, 28 of them inside the distance via way of stoppage. It'll take a bit to drop Laauli here tonight. Take even more to keep him down.
Oh, look at that big right round kick, an inside thigh from McKinnon. Laauli fires back. They let the hands go and the elbows now. Launches that right elbow, McKinnon, and the right knee. All power, all unleashed. Steve McKinnon, head kick up high. Looking to chop down low, setting up for the high shots again.
Some claret coming down the middle of the forehead from Laauli. You know why. It's those razor-sharp elbows, dropping elbows of McKinnon.
Oh, a big shot into the body, that round kick into the body. And the big right hand to finish the round. Beautifully done from Steve Mack.
What a round it was from Stevie McKinnon.
Up high. Looks to set the elbow. Laauli lets one fly of his own.
A little forehead check of his own from Steve McKinnon there, just making sure there was no claret coming from that elbow.
Of course, you talk about the elbow strikes. The elbow is a very bony and hard part of the arm. The forehead, the top of the head, there is not a lot of meat there. It's all skin on bone. So when those two body parts clash, something's got to give. Downward strike elbow from McKinnon, and the round elbow as well on the inside. Lightning fast work. He's
rocked here, the Kiwi. He is rocked. Moves into a southpaw stance. McKinnon launches again. Resets.
Nice check from Laauli, blocking the kick. Right hand through the guard. Double right hand from Mack.
Heard him pre-fight, Mark, say that he's been doing some work with Davey Millwood in regards to his boxing. We can see improved hands here from Steve McKinnon.
Yeah, pity that boxing fight didn't come off for him, I suppose. But looking to keep busy in 2012. Into the body he goes again and lets the right hand go. And here's that working that right hand overtime, Andy. As I said, against the southpaw fighter, he needs to be using that right side a lot more.
Stepping back. Just not comfortable with where he's at.
Bang goes the right hand again through the guard.
He is getting through the guard of Laauli relatively well. Hasn't caught him with that one big shot yet, anyway.
Push up, push kick into the midsection, creates distance.
Creates distance and puts your opponent on the back foot in a defensive position, a defensive frame of mind. Elbow time. Now the knees to the midsection. Oh, a big knee. And again.
Laauli trying to get the elbow away on the inside. Tight guard, tight clinch.
And we continue.
Balk right hand again from McKinnon. Breaks the distance down, launches the head kick, then goes to the body. All power, all night long, Steve McKinnon.
Look at this from McKinnon. Elbows, hands, capitalising on what he did with the feet. Referee steps in and puts the count on. Laauli, he is struggling. McKinnon sucking the big ones in.
Well, the blood now streaming down the head of Nato Laauli. The corner will address the wound. Have a look and see how bad it is. See if this fight will go on. Rob Murdoch Jr. calls fighters back to centre ring. Ringside doctor just giving Laauli one last check over. It is all over.
That's it. TKO finish. Round number 3. Your winner, Steve McKinnon.
Well, the cut deemed too bad for Nato Laauli to go on. And that's how it came about. Have a look at Mac. Just nastiness personified as he rains down elbows to the forehead of Nato Laauli.
So does that bring us one step closer to McKinnon versus Corbett?
Ladies and gentlemen, our position ringside stops the fight. 1 minute and 59 seconds into the third round. Your winner,